Hey guys, JJ Brawley here, sttrainer.com, and today I am making you a blog related to a post that I did a couple days ago. I got a ton of responses, emails, people asking me a lot of questions about the workout routine and about kettlebells in general. So I've laid out a couple of kettlebells here just to give a demo. One of the questions was how come there isn't a kettlebell smaller than 26 pounds? And I think there might have been some confusion about that. There are kettlebells smaller than 26 pounds. However, if it is smaller than 26 pounds, it's not a Russian kettlebell. 26 pounds is equivalent to 13 kilograms, which is also one Russian poo. And this here is a 26 pound, actually 12 kilograms, my apologies, and it's a 26 pound kettlebell. Like I had mentioned in that blog, most of the exercises that you do with a kettlebell are swinging motions, and because you're swinging it, you're able to use more muscles, which means that a heavier weight is actually going to be lighter. It's going to be easier to move because you're swinging it. If I were simply doing a static motion like this, 26 pounds can be quite heavy, but since we're going to be doing motions in which we swing it, it's not as heavy. You can move it. You can get momentum behind it. So as you can see with that little exercise I just did there, with the bicep curl, I was involving my legs and throwing it up there. So there's that. So I do have a few other kettlebells down here. Hope they show up on the video. I have a 10 pound, a 15 pound, and a 20. These are American versions, and typically I would use these smaller kettlebells to do static type exercises. A static exercise might be something like a Turkish get-up. I'm not going to be showing the Turkish get-up in this video. I'll get to that later. But static exercises are motions in which there are few joint movements. You're just holding very still. Turkish get-up, you're holding your arm over your head. Anyway, I also brought a 35-pound kettlebell, which is 16 kilograms. And this one here is a 44-pound kettlebell, which is 20 kilograms. For the purpose of my demonstration today, I'm going to be using the 35. Hopefully that answered some of the questions that you guys were asking about my post the other day. At the end of that post, what is a kettlebell? At the bottom there, I'd given a sample workout. I have my sample workout written down here. The kettlebell swing. Now before I show that, I'm going to kind of break this down for you a little bit. I'm going to start with telling you the most common mistake made with a kettlebell that I see on a regular basis. I've seen some, even the biggest, best names in kettlebell training make this mistake. Some of the most popular people who are well known for kettlebells often make this mistake, and I want to make sure you don't make this mistake. As an average person just getting into fitness, this could be detrimental to your health in the long run. What I'm talking about is using the low back as part of a kettlebell swing. And I've actually had people on my Facebook account talking about this, and they're asking me to show a demo of this exercise, so we're going to get right to that. Okay? In a kettlebell swing, it comes from the legs. All of the motion comes from the legs and through your hips. So I'm going to sit down into my squat position, and I'm going to keep my chest high. And I hope that you can see in this video here that my chest is high. My hips are staying underneath my shoulders. I'm sitting back. My knee is still staying behind the toe. If you're tight in the hamstring areas, this is going to be a difficult exercise for you. So I recommend really working on getting the squat perfected before getting into kettlebells, or at least getting with a professional who can make sure that your form is correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down into that squat. And now the weight I'm just holding here with both hands, just dangling, just free flowing here. I'm going to stand up, pressing my hips forward, keeping my hips underneath my shoulders through the full range of motion, and I'm going to use that momentum to swing the weight to the top. You don't need to go any higher than your chin level, although there is an exercise that you can bring it all the way up here. But we're just swinging to right here. I'm keeping my chest high, I'm keeping my hips directly underneath my shoulders through the full range of motion. Like I said, the big mistake that I see a lot of kettlebell experts doing with their kettlebells is they start using the low back. Their legs get tired. They don't want to work. I don't know why they do it. They just make a mistake. This is what they do and what I want you to avoid. Do not lean forward. when you lean forward and start doing this, that just the 2 swings I did there, that hurt my low back. We don't want to do that. We want to integrate our core. Part of kettlebell training has to do with functional fitness. Functional fitness meaning whole body fitness, making all the muscles work together. When I bend over here and I'm not using my legs, this ceases to be, making the core work. All we're doing is really making that low back work. So make sure when you're doing these kettlebell swings, that you sit down into your squat, keep your hips under your shoulders. When you bring that weight up, you're leaning back. Centrifugal force is pulling in 2 opposite directions at the exact same time. Pulling up and leaning back. It's actually pretty darn easy once you get the motion down. Okay? That is the first exercise that is labeled the first part of workout A in my blog 2 days ago. You're going to be doing kettlebell swings, 10 of those, and then you're immediately going to do 10 push-ups. So we've gone from working legs and back and shoulders to now getting down. We're going to work our core even more. We were working core in that first exercise. Now we're going to get down. We're going to do push-ups. Then up. We're doing 10 of those. And you're going to repeat back and forth as fast as you can. You're going to do that somewhere between 4 times and 8 times, as quickly as you can. Then you're going to move into workout B. Now workout B works different muscles now in the body. Workout B, I mentioned a deck squat. This is one of my favorite exercises. It's very difficult. If the weight is too much for you, you can always try it without the weight. If we do it without a weight, we actually call that a different exercise. We just call that a get up. It's going to look like this. I'm going to hold the weight here in front of my body. I'm going to sit my butt down on the ground. I'm going to bring this up. Stand up. That's a deck squat. Nothing to it. Scroll back down. Stand up. You're going to do that 10 times. That's going to work your core. It's going to work your legs. As soon as you've done 10 of those, then you're going to jump up. You're going to do 10 pull-ups. You're going to do 10 of those as quickly as you can. I'll give you 4 sets of that. Minimum 4 sets. Your goal should be to get to 8. Wow, I'm out of breath. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave it in the little space below. And thanks for tuning in. This is JJ with SDTrainer.com. Talk to you later. Bye.